Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Esther Perez, and I'm so excited to bring y'all along to travel with us to our dream destination wedding in Mexico. So it started with us forgetting our marriage certificate, not being able to call a lift because the wait times were too long, so we had to wake someone up to take us, and it was just really jam-packed and hectic until we got to the airport. Alright, so it's really loud in here, but everything that's gone wrong has gone wrong. But it's okay. Luckily, I think we're always like in a good mood and in good spirits. Um, just waiting on my food, and I think I'll feel so much better after I get breakfast. We flew Southwest, which we are very familiar with. We both have the Southwest credit cards, so we get a lot of points. And so we actually paid for our flights to our wedding with points. So you could say we pretty much flew for free, and that was just a really great way to save cost on the total amount of the wedding. We both were just really excited to travel, and we knew that we would have to take our items in like our carry-on and not in a checked bag. So in my suitcase here, you have my wedding dress. And then what's hanging from his neck is his wedding suit. So we were very adamant about taking that with us onto the plane because we had heard horror stories of people losing those items and then it just being a mess. And we wanted to avoid that problem because we knew we might encounter other problems. Overall, the flight was very smooth, not much turbulence. It was just a really nice, chill time because, like I said, in the morning it was very hectic and we knew we might have problems to come once we got to the resort. So I really cherished this time on the plane. Alright, on the flight, it's really loud in here. Hopefully you can hear me. Entertaining myself with the Switch, and we'll be there in like 2 hours. Alright, in the very small bathroom, but almost to Cancun. I'm so excited. We have about 1 hour left. So at the time of booking, there were no nonstop flights. So we ended up going from Columbus, Ohio to St. Louis for the layover and then St. Louis over to Cancun. I did want to give a shout out to Southwest for their efforts in sustainability. As you can see, this is their bamboo cup. I really love Southwest. They are probably one of my favorite airlines. So once we got to the Cancun airport, we saw these signs of smoking kills on the cigarettes, and I really appreciated that. I wish the US would do a better job of labeling things like that. I think it's just a really good win there in Mexico for its citizens as well. Like I said, we got right to it once we got to the store. All right, we just landed, and the first stop inside the airport was the liquor store. So we're here now picking it up, and we're so excited to get our bags and get to the resort and get to celebrating our wedding week. All right, we are landed and just waiting on bags, and it's taking a long time, but I think once we get like on the shuttle, we'll feel so much more relieved and get to relax, and hopefully our room is ready because we did land early. What I've experienced is when you land early in Cancun, the rooms are typically like always available for you to check in too early, so just keep that in mind. So once we left the airport, we were able to find our transportation very easily because they had this sign that was made for us, which was really nice. In total, I think it was maybe like 40 minutes from the airport to the Majestic Elegance resort, which I don't think is bad. I do think in general the airport are like pretty far from the resorts that you go to, so expect like a 40-minute drive. Like I said, it wasn't bad. And I think like in conversations with Dion, I asked him like, do you feel like you need to know Spanish to come to Mexico? And he said no. So I do think like if you're an English only speaker watching this, I wouldn't let not knowing the language deter you from visiting because I've always had a wonderful time here in Cancun, and I know Dion has as well. And so I think to others like looking at the travel and like thinking like, oh, you have to go to an airport and you have to go to a resort where like they're predominantly speaking Spanish, that might deter you. Please don't let it deter you. I thought it was really great. Like I said, Dion does not know Spanish, and he was still communicating well with the transportation. He still communicated well with the resort, and so I would just say don't let the language barrier deter you. If you're looking into coming to Cancun, it's always been wonderful and extremely safe, in my opinion. All right, getting all checked in, and of course they brought over some juice. Okay, at this point, we were just so excited to be at the resort and we didn't realize all of the problems to come. Okay, so we got into the room and there has been just a whole mess. This has been like an awful day. I don't even know where to start. I don't know where to start. Okay, let me go where I want to sit. If you hear water running, it's because Deanne's showering. Let me turn the TV down because we have literally Twilight playing because it's like emotional support right now. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this chair out and I'm gonna tell you all about so far how it's going. The room is lovely, as you can tell. Like there's an upstairs area, there's a pool. They upgraded our room. The only issues we had today in traveling to Cancun for our wedding was that when we went through after going through customs and then getting our luggage, we had to stop. Well, someone stopped us and they were like, "Are you here for a wedding?" And we think the 4 bags that we had huge, like 4 luggage bags with us. We think that's maybe what like was the red flag to them. I said yes. And then he says, "Did you bring wedding decorations?" And I said yes. And then he said, "How much did you spend on them?" And I said less than 100. And he looked like a no way type of look. And so I was like, "I swear." And so he was like, "Okay, well, you guys need to go into this area." And so we had to go into it's like a random check area off to the side of the airport. It's still like in that area. So you have like where you have your baggage claim. And then when you're walking like to leave the airport, it's off to like the right hand side. And it's just like a small little like, it's not really enclosed, but they have like little panels up. And you can pull your luggage up there. And she went through all 4 of our bags. She went through Dion's book bag and she made me pull up my Amazon account because she kept asking me how much certain things were that were in my bag. We had like shot glasses that we brought. And we had wedding table numbers. And she was like, "Well, how much is that?" And so like I literally will have to log into Amazon to get the like cost because I don't know off the top of my head how much I spent on that. I just know it wasn't a lot because we bought decor at the resort. The resort is providing it. She was like, "Okay, well, let me see like on Amazon." So I pulled up on Amazon and I just kept having to show her like each item how much it was. And yeah, it came out to like 100-ish. But I think they were like, I don't know. I think they were inspecting to see if maybe I was like selling goods over here or if I was like bringing in too much, too many items that cost too much. So either way, after she checked all 4 bags, I think she realized like they are an honest couple and they really didn't bring a lot of decor. This is all like their clothes in those huge suitcases. So she let us go. And so we walked out, went to the outside area, and we found the cutest person with like the Mason wedding sign. And I just loved it because I didn't know what they were going to have on their sign. Sometimes they just have like who you booked the travel through. So it was really cute that they did that. It was a nice personal touch. The ride over here was fine, 40 minutes-ish long. We got into our room okay. They upgraded us, like I said, but I just feel so bad because our guests, we have multiple guests with multiple issues. And I need to make a longer video, but I think some of these issues stem from our travel agent. We have had the worst experience with our travel agent. For like just an example, one of our groomsmen is here today. And when he went to check in, they said he wasn't supposed to be here till tomorrow. And we have the email where he sent to our travel coordinator that he booked an extra day. So it's just like very messy. He couldn't get in his room right away. I have a bridesmaid who brought her service dog and they're giving her issues about it as well when she had been communicating with them and the travel coordinator about any requirements and sending them over. So it's not been the best experience for the people that traveled with us. We only had like that one bad hiccup time. But gosh, I just feel so bad for everyone. We've offered our room up. We said people can come into our room and wait and hang out because it has just been so stressful getting here. I'm so happy that like we came this early. The wedding is on Saturday, and at least this gives us time to just like settle into the resort, settle any issues. We also had meetings. We had a meeting with our photographer and videographer. They could have scheduled it out further, but we were like, let's just get it out of the way once we get to the actual resort. So we met with them today. They gave us like the final invoice and we'll pay it tomorrow when we meet with our wedding coordinator at 10 a.m. So as people, if you're like looking at this thinking like, I'm gonna do a destination wedding, just know that you're gonna be a little like busy. Like you're gonna try to like square everything away before you get there, but there is still stuff to do. Little like just final touches. It doesn't feel like a vacation yet, but I think eventually it will. So right now I am just gonna get ready. I'm gonna do my hair, I'm gonna do my makeup, and we're gonna go to dinner. We did schedule a dinner on the beach, and it's like a complimentary service for having the wedding here. So I just cannot wait to show y'all what that looks like. Okay, so this is the bathroom lighting, and it's miserable. I'm hoping that the bridal suite has such better lighting. Like, you would like, if I lean over here, it gets like a little better because like the window's out there, but I still have like this yellow lights. Like, and if I like shut this off, like it's not bad, but it's like very, very low light. So yeah, I hope the bridal suite that I'm getting ready in, because I'm doing my own makeup on the wedding day, I hope that is just a little better. I did bring like an LED light, so maybe if I bring it over here, I'll have to try another time. I'm like in a rush. 5 minutes to get ready, so I just did my moisturizer. So I'm like, let me just do a little quick something to my face so I can just look alive. They have like a smaller mirror too, like one of those round ones with the light, but that's not even like super bright either. So really, really sad time in here. I think my biggest fear is people would travel this far. I just deep swallowed. It's a fear, all right. My biggest fear is people are gonna travel all this way, have all these headaches in the process, and then be like, you know what, I didn't even have a good time. Like, that would make me really sad. I would hate for them to remember our wedding day as like just a burden. So I really hope everything gets fixed soon. I love this palette. I got this from Target, and I just think it's so cute. What am I gonna use? I'll use this one. I'm gonna use this one. So before the wedding, or I think it was last week, I got an eyelash lift. I absolutely don't like it. I will never do it again in my life. I don't recommend ever getting like a new service right before your wedding. I don't know what I was thinking. But luckily, as expected, I feel like it's already falling because my hair grows so fast, and I've been putting castor oil on it. So I think that's been kind of helping like the frizziness and like the damage. I don't know if you can see, so the lighting is so much better down here. Oh my God. I'm like, can I just sit down here and get ready? What did I drop? God, I'm telling you, the window's like back there, but the mirror is so big, and so like it blocks the lighting. This is embarrassing. So sometimes when you put moisturizer on and you put on your eyelids, you get like this little marks with your eyeshadow. You can either take it all off and start over, or you just go back in on it, and I feel like that usually helps. But those lines are definitely not trying to do them. They're just like from the moisturizer. So, oh well, it's gonna be okay for now. I'm gonna just put some mascara. I brought my favorite kind. It's the Better Than Sex waterproof mascara. I feel like when you come to a place that's like kind of tropical, you really want a waterproof product. I'm just gonna give myself a black line under my eyes. Oh, they're playing the Bee Gees at the beach. I can hear it. They're so cute. That is all I'm doing for my dinner. I'm not really doing much. Oh, I do want to just put a little bit of my sunscreen. I brought my CeraVe. I love it because it is, this is the new one so you get to see. It is tinted. So it just kind of goes on like sheerish. That's a better, look at that. That's like my foundation. So you just like kind of rub it into your whole face. Brides, if you're getting married, destination somewhere warm with sun and you get there early, I definitely suggest making sure you take lots of sunblock, because you don't want to be burnt in your wedding photos. Unless you want to be burnt in your wedding photos, then go for it. But I think that is like my biggest key here. I was like really trying to make sure that I don't get burnt beforehand, and we're gonna have days of being out in the sun. If I do get burnt, I'm gonna try to like stay out of the sun, I think Thursday and Friday, because usually it just gives me like, I need a couple of days for it to heal, and then it's over with and turns a tan. Oh, I love this tinted sunscreen, and it's like kind of dewy. I wish you could see it better. It's like kind of dewy, so it's super like cute. Okay. I'm not gonna do anything else to my face. I think this has to be it. It's gonna be a chill night. I might get ready like more later, but for right now, this is gonna be it. Let me go to the better lighting. You can see, I just need like a mirror that I can move around because this lighting out here, that's how big the mirror is, and it blocks both mirrors. They're like blocking the natural light. This is the natural light out here. And I'm really happy with how my makeup turned out, even doing it in low lighting. So maybe the day of the wedding, just like do it and then come out here and look at it. Our private romantic dinner got canceled, so this is us eating at the Italian spot. I can give more details on why it was canceled, but it wasn't a big deal. It looks so tasty. Thank you so much.
Enjoy the dinner, please. Could I also get another one of these? Yes, sir. Thank you.
So the reason we missed the private romantic dinner was because of a miscommunication. We went to one location to look for it, but apparently it was set up somewhere else. So like I said, it was fine, not a damper on the night, but one of the many little issues that kind of creeped in there. All right, so we wrapped up dinner and a lot of our guests are still having issues, but for the most part they have been resolved. So we're gonna go check in on them and see what else is going on around the resort. I'm using my little light here because it's so dark in here. But for the most part, I think my day is pretty much done. As you can hear, I'm at the bar area, so it's pretty loud. We're about to meet up with some of the people who got here today, like some of the bridesmaids and wedding guests. And not everyone's here today because this is Tuesday and the wedding is on Saturday. The majority of our guests will get here on Thursday, but we still think we should celebrate every night. So we are gonna hang out at the bar, listen to some music, not stay up too late because we have a full day tomorrow. But this is how my journey has been, traveling to Cancun for the wedding. It was a busy day, very full day with meetings and issues, but it was still really great to arrive, for me and Dion to get here safely, all of our bags to get here fine, and I'm still super excited for the wedding. So thank you all for watching, and I cannot wait to show you all more. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.